It's always a rad day when EarthQuaker drops a new pedal. Let's see if it's any good. So last week, EarthQuaker released the Barrows. It's an ultra-compact take of the tone bender MKII, and that circuit is known for its super chewy, rich germanium fuzz sound. The controls for this thing are extra simple. We've got level, which will control the overall output of the pedal while it's on, and then we have attack. Attack will not only control the amount of fuzz, but also the characteristic and kind of shape of the fuzz. We've got something I haven't seen for a long time on an EarthQuaker pedal, and that is a mechanical true bypass foot switch. We've got top DC and side jacks with a buffered output, so it plays nice with other pedals. Today I'll be using my 2024 Afterneath Sonic Empress, and this has Gemini pickups. I've got a Mercury 1 in the bridge and a Diarman style in the neck. From there, we're running into my Universal Audio Apollo X6 interface, and then as always, we're using the Softtube JMP 2203 amp plugin. All right, in our first clip, we're going for super thick, fuzzy sound. Here are my settings. So this is a wildly thick and saturated sound. One thing I noticed right away is that the low end doesn't run off. It stays really kind of tight and compact without feeling clinical or thin or overly grindy. So it's like maintaining this vintage fuzz characteristic with a really kind of modern focused feel. In the middle of the clip, I'll roll the volume back. You'll see how well it cleans up. It cleans up really, really well. What I like here is that even though we have the attack maxed or the gain maxed, when I roll it back, yes, it cleans up, but it stays with that same kind of attitude. So it feels very doomy and punchy without being anemic or dull. It really walks this beautiful line. Fuzzes are tricky, especially germanium fuzzes. When you roll them back, yes, they clean up well, but oftentimes you lose a lot of dynamics. And I did not feel that it was the case here. And then I'll roll the volume back up, big brash chords. It really responds super well to your picking dynamics. So anyway, it's an awesome sound. Enjoy. All right, next up, we're going to pair the Barrows with the Afterneath, one of my all-time favorite reverbs. Here are my settings. Also, here's a size comparison. On the right, we have the Afterneath, super standard enclosure size, and on the left, we have the Barrows, much smaller. So really, really space saving if you're putting this on a pedal board. I really fell in love with this sound. The Afterneath is a wild reverb, and here I have it set almost like a spring reverb. There's more reflections, more bouncing around than a spring reverb, but it kind of is doing that thing. The Barrows is set pretty tame as far as the pedal goes. The pairing of these two was awesome. The Barrows does not get like clean. It stays a bit raunchy. And even in this lower setting, you can hear how clear it is, but as I dig in harder, it really, really stays there with you. It feels less like a fuzz in this setting and more like a cranked amp. So like there's that line where an amp cranks or a distortion cranks so hard and then it kind of tips over into fuzz. And in this setting, I feel like I'm right on that line. And it also feels really good under your fingers to play the Barrows. It has a very quick response, but with like the perfect amount of kind of vintage germanium sag. I'll roll back the volume here too. You'll hear it cleans up quite a bit more than in the first clip. It's just an awesome sound. I really, really enjoyed playing this. And that'll do it for the EarthQuaker Devices Barrows. EarthQuaker is obviously one of the biggest names in pedals, and for good reason. They make excellent stuff. This is no exception. Even though it's super tiny, it feels really solid. Obviously, you're also met with EarthQuaker's lifetime warranty, and they're a great company. They do well by their employees and by their city. They stand for good things. That really matters to me. I've done a few other EarthQuaker videos, and you'll hear me echo the same sentiment in that I always think their stuff is dialed in like really spot on. Whether it's EQ or mix values, it's always right. Jamie Stillman is a longtime touring musician, so I feel that his approach to pedals is geared towards people who play pedals. And I definitely feel that way with the Barrows. If you dig it, you can find links in the description below, as well as links to everything else I'm using. As always, I really appreciate everybody coming back and watching every week. Thank you so much. If you're not subscribed and you dig the content, please consider hitting subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so you don't miss videos that I put out every week. And as always, I'll see you next time. Peace.